Welcome and welcome back. I am Tim Watson with another dog attack alerts to, bring awareness to the latest dog attacks, dog reports that have happened during the last day or so. Usually, I take some time. I'm always busy. I gather some things, a week prior, and then I do it. In order for me to do these videos, I just have to have time. I have to have that energy to do it. But lucky enough, I've been able to do 3 videos in the last 4 days, which is pretty good. I can still consider it a record. Before we get into it, one video that proves that dogs cannot survive in the wild. And I've said this before, because dogs are loud, dogs smell, they're invasive, they're just horrible. They would not be able to survive in the wild because they would deter prey. They would they'll give up their spot to predators. It wouldn't work for dogs. It just wouldn't work. And here's an example of why, whether this video is edited or not, whether it's real or not, it's relevant to the fact that dogs could not survive in the wild. They could not survive because they give away their position, their territory. Watch the video and see for yourself. It's like a pack of lions, and I'm not sure if you can hear it. I'm gonna stay very silent, but there's a pack of lions, or pride of lions, just walking about in this city, and there's a dog barking, and it looks as if the lions are walking towards the bark.
Oh my God, bro, this dog is an idiot. Shut up! There's a whole pack of lions following the sound of your voice. Shut up!
Yeah, quality's not so great, and the sound's not so great.
Oh my God, bro, this dog is an idiot. Shut up! There's a whole pack of lions following the sound of your voice. Shut up!
Yeah. That's why dogs would not be able to survive. They give themselves up. They're so loud. And comes to think about it, most to every animal, they're pretty quiet. They don't make a lot of noise. And there's certain times, again, lions, they can be loud, but most part they're quiet. When they hunt, they're quiet. When they're in their pride, just taking a nap or whatever, obviously they're quiet. Rabbits are quiet. Rabbits also do make sounds. They make little squeaky sounds, but again, we don't know that because they're quiet. Moose, deer can also make sounds, but they're very quiet. Birds make sounds, but their sounds are so delicate and precious, and it doesn't bother anyone. Whales, dolphins, they make sounds. You name it. And when a bird is, in danger, they're not going to make sounds. They're going to go quiet. There's this saying, when you don't hear any birds chirping, danger's around the corner, something like that. So birds will chirp when they're safe and secure. But when they sense danger, they're going to stop chirping. It's going to go silent. Just so, again, they don't give away themselves. But dogs, they bark all the time. Bark at anything and everything. They bark at people. And they don't even know if this person is going to come and hunt them down. But they're going to just bark at them and give up their spot. Imagine if that was the case. Dogs barking at people for walking on public. And this person is looking for dogs to hunt. And this dog just randomly starts barking at him, giving up his spot. They come in and they hunt the dog down. Imagine that. These things bark at everything. Man. And when natural animals do make noise, they do it for a reason, for a purpose. They don't just make noise for the sake of making noise. They have a reason for it, and they do it when it's necessary. But dogs, so loud. Ban. Ban, the definition of ban says officially or legally prohibited. He was banned from driving for a year. Another definition for that is an official or legal prohibition, a curse, exclusion of a person from organization, country, or activity. So what ban or ban means is you're not allowed to be somewhere. You're not allowed to be somewhere. You've been exempt from it. You've been eliminated from a place. You've been escorted out of a place. You're not allowed to go there. But in the UK and also in Canada or Ontario, there isn't a pit bull ban. In the UK, there's an XL bully ban and so forth. But these dogs are still allowed to exist in the communities. The governments realize these dogs have been attacking and killing people, so they put up this ban. But while this ban has been going on since 2024, there's still been a lot of attacks that have happened since this so-called ban, and it doesn't make sense because we still see these dogs. These dogs are still attacking. So what is this ban exactly? As it says, at least 23,000 reported dog attacks in the 12 months since it began. And we can say at least maybe half or 3/4 of this has been because of the exo bully or a bully type pit bull dog. And it says it became illegal to own an XL bully, the largest type of American bully dog, without an exemption certificate from 1st of February last year, after former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak declared the breed a danger to communities. So it's illegal to own these things, but then you need some type of certificate to own them. And while these things are still allowed in the communities because they've been causing danger, they've continued to cause danger within the community. So I'm not getting these bans. And pit owners, pit nutters will say bans don't work. It's because it's, in a way that's true, because we still see these dogs. Like, we still see them. And as long as we still see them, people are going to get attacked and they're going to get killed like they have been. So these pit nutters always getting mad about bans. Like, why are you always getting mad for? You know damn well the police and the governments and the court, they're not going to do anything until your pit bull kills someone. But these pit nutters always get angry. Oh, there's a ban. Hey, even if there's a ban, you're still allowed to own these things. Like, why are you always getting so mad for? Like, why don't these pit nutters realize the police, law enforcement, the courts, the governments, they're all pit nutters. They're all pro-dog. But they're always going to get mad and protest it. A year on from the ban, figures obtained exclusively from Freedom of Information requests to 32 police forces in England, Wales show there were over 23,000 reported dog attacks over the 12 months to the 31st January this year. And like I've said, it's hard to cover all dog attacks. It's not, it's probably possible, but it's hard. A lot of them go unreported. A lot of them don't make the news, don't make the media. You know, a pit bull or whatever could attack you. These parents will say, "Oh, the child fell off a bike." They're gonna lie. The dog can attack, and these parents may try to dump or abandon the dog and not report any injuries. And you got to remember, these pit nutters, dog lovers, dog owners, dog industry, dog culture, they lie so much. They're filled with lies. The real figure will be higher with 3 forces. So when they combine these regions, the stats of these dog attacks will be higher. And we and pit nutters, dog owners can say, "Hey, it's not all XL bully dogs." I don't care. Again, I hate all dogs. I hate all dogs. And the fact remains that these XL bullies are still attacking and still proving that they do not belong in our communities. You should just shut up and accept the facts. Because they're still attacking and killing people. And we have to continue to rely on dog owners. We're pretty much, it's a gamble here. We're just gambling it away. And you pit nutters, dog owners, you don't do nothing about it. You just give these dogs to anyone. You give these dogs to fragile 90-year-old women. You give these dogs to teenagers, to children. You let your babies lay on these dogs. It's a big gamble. And you dog nuts and pit nutters, you prove that you cannot be trusted with these dogs. Because you fail every single time. You fail. "60 attacks a day." What did I say, man? And I said this in previous videos. There's at least an attack every hour around the world. Around the world. There's at least one dog attacking. At least in every hour around the world. So these dog attacks, in my theory, are up in probably the 500,000s a day. You have villages. You have what's things called? Reserves. You have little cities, homes, urban suburbs. You know, farm area. Wherever there's a dog, someone's being attacked. And these probably doesn't even include natural animals, livestock, cats, or even other worthless mutts. So the stats are probably way higher than this. And it says over 14,000 attacks recorded 5 years ago. So it's well up on the attacks. Over 14,000 from 5 years ago. So the more you own these things, the more attacks happen. So these bans are worthless. The ban would be no overnight fix. I mean, banning laws, they do not change the dog. The dog is always going to be the dog. Always going to act like a dog. Dog is going to always act like a dog. So these things, dogs, pit bulls, they need to be eliminated. Get them out of our towns. Who remembers her back in February? She was died attacked by a dog. I think she was visiting a relative or something like that. She was inside a relative's home and she was attacked and killed. Do you think she ever had anything negative to say about dogs? She probably was a dog lover. Probably thought these dogs were innocent. She probably protested for to not ban them. Maybe. And look at this. On the ban of XL Bully dogs, the former lorry driver said dog attacks is nothing to do with the dogs. It's 100% owners who buy the breeds as status and mistreat them and can't control them. That's what this dog letter's saying. So these dogs attacking is not the dog attacking and killing babies. It's not the dogs getting free and attacking, killing elderly women. It's not the dogs getting free and killing a jogger, attacking a jogger who's minding their own business. It's the owner. So what this guy is saying, he's pretty much saying that these dogs are too stupid. They're too incompetent. They're too dangerous to have any responsibility for themselves. These dogs are that dumb. They're so dumb that we need to blame someone else for their behavior. Imagine that. You got to blame someone else, another species, for another species' actions and behavior. But when this dog isn't attacking and killing anything and just sitting there, these dog nuts, pit nutters, will thank the dog. They will praise the dog for just sitting there and not doing anything. They literally praise dogs for doing nothing. They don't praise the owner and say, hey, thanks owner for letting this dog do nothing. They don't do that. They praise the dog when the dog is not attacking. But as soon as a dog is attacking and killing someone, all of a sudden now the owner gets all the hate. See, this dog culture, it makes no sense. You gotta have lies, gotta have these excuses, you gotta have these mumble jumbles, you gotta make up stuff as you go. You gotta be dumb. You gotta blame another species for the action of another species. Hey, I'm not saying these dog owners are not responsible and they should not share any fault. But we gotta look at the dogs and say, hey, this thing is the problem. Dogs are the problem. You could be a dog lover and not own dogs and everything will be fine. But the moment you own dogs and keep them in the community, everything is in danger now. Everything is in danger. So yeah. Yeah, if you're interested, this is on AOL.com. You can search, hopefully it's showing. You can search this, AOL. You can probably search this guy's name as well for this article. It's a good little read. XL Bully ban explained. The government has added XL Bully types to the list of banned dangerous. List of banned dangerous? It's now illegal to breed, sell, advertise, exchange, gift, rehome, abandon, or allow XL Bully type dogs to stray in England and Wales. It's not really a ban. It's more like a lot more restrictions. I'm pretty sure a lot of these pit nutters and dog tars are still breeding them. They're still selling them. Let's see. They said this is in the UK, England, Wales. Let's see. Let's see. Kijiji. My internet just went out. Hopefully I can still do this without internet. I don't know why my internet just went out, but I can still probably still show you the articles that I have. Yeah, so random. Let's see. Sorry, please bear with me. Some technical difficulties going on here right now. Anyway, so yeah, this is basically restrictions more than a ban. Pretty sure there's a lot of this still going on. And again, police, law enforcement, so-called animal control, they're not doing anything about it. This whole so-called ban is just an illusion. Illusion just to make the people think that these governments care or they're doing something. It's an illusion. I mean, they could have these bans, and just to make it seem like, hey, we're the government, we're the courts, law enforcement. We want to make you think we care. But in reality, for the most part, they don't. They don't. They turn the blind eye to these dogs because they're dog nutters. Only dogs get this free pass. Anything else? No. Only dogs. Especially dogs that kill babies. They get a free pass. What is an XL bully? American Bully XL, known as XL Bully, is the largest of the American Bully types. They are not a registered breed with the Kennel Club in the UK and are a type of dog that has been bred from several different dog breeds. These are mutants. This is unnatural. Do you think these dogs chose this? No, it's man that forced these things to be bred with various worthless mutts. And I bet a lot of these dogs in the process died in the process. They may have lived for a day or a week and then died. So you pit nutters and dog tards, you benefit. You're reaping from this bloodshed of these worthless mutts. But then you want to act like dog lovers. The truth is, man, you're worse than dog haters because you're the ones abusing these dogs. You're the ones forcing these dogs to go through this process, this bloodshed of a process. Then they're not gonna tell you it's a bloodshed. Why would they do that? Why would they tell other dog nuts and let them know, hey, there's a lot of bloodshed that goes on in this process. A lot of dogs don't make it during the process. They're not gonna say that. That doesn't benefit them. This whole dog culture it's a business. It's a business. I think I'm back online now. Or I see my bars, but yeah, I'm back online. But it's a business. They're not gonna tell you exactly how the process is done. They may show little videos on YouTube that are like pretty softcore. But I believe the process of making these dogs, whether they're bully dogs or any other worthless mutt, the process had quite a lot of blood and a lot of death for them to get it right. So if anything, you dog nutters, pit nutters, you're monsters basically. You're monsters. You really don't care about these dogs. It's just because you're brainwashed. You're brainwashed to do what you do. I want to see if I'm not sure if Kijiji's in England or not. Let's see. No, I don't want that. England online. England. Could you? Let's see. I don't know what they use over there. Yeah, I don't know what they use. What about this? England XL bully for sale. Let's see. Because they did say it's illegal to sell these worthless mutts. So I want to see if they're still selling them online. Okay, great, close. So this is based out of the UK. And we can debate, oh, this is a XL, this is not an XL, this is... I don't care. Fact remains that these are bully dogs, and they're still being... So after these things have attacked and killed so many, they're still being sold in the UK. So these so-called bans don't work. They're worthless. Worthless. Let's see. Banned... bear with me. So these are the banned. God, I hate these annoying things, though. These are the banned dogs in the UK. And like, what's the difference? Like, they all do the same thing. They all have so similar characteristics. They're all breeded from the same worthless mutt. What's the difference, man? See, this dog propaganda is just so crazy. Let's see. Let's see if it's gonna show. Oh, they don't have Pit Bull Terrier here. Let's see if they have Dogo. Let's see if this is maybe faster. Don't have Dogo. So I guess you can say they're not showing it by name. But I guarantee you, I mean, all these dogs look similar. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of these are the banned dog breeds. It's really hard to say, oh, this dog is it looks like a pit bull pocket. It's this type of pit bull. Is this type? They all look so similar, and it's so stupid. And they all do the same thing. They're all worthless. They all attack. They all do the exact same thing. Exactly the same thing. They attack. They look like they do nothing. They look exactly the same. They're hideous. They shit. They're nasty. They're disgusting. They do exactly the same thing. But I wouldn't be surprised some of these are actually XL bully dogs being sold as pocket bullies or all these other worthless type of mutts. But yeah, these bans are worthless because they're not being enforced. These things are still allowed to exist in our presence. The number of dog attacks in your area since XL bully ban with more than 60 reported a day. More than 60 reported a day. More than 20,000 dog attacks were reported to police across England and Wales in the 12 months since the so-called XL bully ban. Number increased by more than a third compared to previous years. Also, 11,000 hospital admissions for dog bites in England. The former prime minister says declared the XL bully dog a danger to communities, placing it on the list of prohibited dogs that include these ones. And how about all the other ones? They all look so similar. And they do exactly the same thing. And dog nuts, pit nuts are going to say, this is not an XL bully, that's not an XL bully. Who gives a damn? It's a dog, it's worthless, it should be banned. And these are the dogs that a lot of these pit nutters are fighting for. Dog nuts are fighting for. All they do is kill people. You let anyone own them, and then you want to complain that they attack. On the GeelongAdvertiser.com, this is in Australia, very short little article. Adelaide's worst dog attack hotspots have been revealed in new data showing, I cannot pronounce this, I want to say Onkaparinga Council had the most cases with 267 recorded in 2023 to 2024. It's still a lot. For man's best friend, that is a lot. We don't see these attacks with birds. I guarantee there's not that much attacks with kangaroos, koalas, sloths, whatever else they have down there. It's probably not even that. Let's see. Australia dingo attack stats. Let's see how many dingo attacks. And they say dingo attacks on humans are rare in Australia. When they occur, they're generally on young children and small teenagers. How common are dingo attacks? Never mind. Dingo attacks are in the spotlight. Are they common, and should we be worried? So these are actually real natural animals. Real natural dogs. And you know this because they're able to take care of themselves. But then you look at these worthless mutts. They're dim-witted. An attack on a woman by a pack of dingoes has put the animals in the spotlight with rangers, authorities. Man, how common are dingo attacks? Dingo attacks on humans are very rare. In most cases where humans have been attacked, the dingoes have become habituated to humans and have perhaps lost some fear of them. So, I guess due to fear, it causes these dingo attacks to be very rare. But then when we look at these worthless mutts in Australia, or anywhere speaking, they cause a lot of trouble. So how come there are less natural wild dog attacks than there are domesticated dog attacks? You would think these domesticated dogs would be at peace with us. We're feeding them, we're providing them shelter. They've been living with us for over 1,000 years, as they say. Humans, their dog owners, they protect them and they fight for them. But yet they attack us way more. Compare that to the wolf, the fox, the dingo, the coyote. Something is not right here. And the truth is, again, there's a lot of truth into why these worthless mutts attack. But one of them is because these dogs are brain damaged mutants. Their brains are damaged. Their brain, they have damaged brains. They're mutants, damaged brain mutants. And all they know is attacking and killing. That's all they know. That's all they care about. Whereas other natural animals, they're more healthy. They will stay clear of humans. They see a human, they run away. Obviously, again, there's always going to be those exceptions, but there's not much problems with them. And you can say, oh, because we don't own these wild dogs, then maybe we should stop owning these worthless mutts then. It's not working. And these stray dogs in various places are not working. And speaking of stray dogs, I'll get to this in a second. In Gmada, the stray dog population has been increasing. And not just in Gmada. We also have stray dogs in Meknes, use my pronunciation. And we've read before stray dogs in India, in Goa, and a lot of these places, there's stray dog problems. And we hear this over and over again. Dogs attacking, stray dogs being a problem, being annoyance. Here we have dogs that have no leash, no owners. They're free to go wherever they want, and yet they still attack us. Dogs that are owned and are fed, they still attack us. But natural wild dogs, we could even say natural wild cats and bears, they tend to leave us alone for the most part. They leave us alone. Again, are you listening? Pit nutters, are you listening? Are you listening? You have other dog nutters, natural or generic dog nutters, saying, hey, your dogs are dangerous. You have cat owners saying your dogs are dangerous. You have other pit nutters telling you, control your dog. You have pit bull experts, pit bull trainers, control your dogs. Pit bull trainers on YouTube, on the news, hey, control your dogs, train your dogs. They're all telling you this. But yet you continue to behave the way you do. You continue to let these dogs attack and kill people. You continue to put these dogs in our presence, in our communities, into our neighborhoods. You don't listen. And again, I'm not taking any blame away from the dog, but if you want to just focus on these owners don't listen. They don't get it. So many people are frustrated with you. You don't listen. You don't care. And this person is saying, again, it's always pit bulls, staffies, bully breeds. It's always them. It's always the same damn type of dogs. It's getting out of hand. This has been going on for many years. Government's made these bans. You still don't listen. Your dogs get shot. You still don't listen. Your dogs and maul babies, neighbors. You still don't listen. You still don't get it. You don't take heed. Well, what more does it take? We've seen elderlies as young as a day old be mauled by these dogs, and you still don't get it. You still don't listen. There's a saying, you're hard of ears, Pickney, and I am rock stone. These pit nutters are hard of ears. They're blind. They can't see the stats. They can't see what is going on, the facts, the stats, the evidence. They can't see the bloodshed, the tears, the crying, the grief, the trauma. So many people are frustrated with you. You have dog lovers. You have dog lovers that are highly against you and your worthless pit bulls and bully tarts. Dog lovers who love all dogs, somehow they hate your bullies, your pit bulls. You don't listen. You're not getting it. Dog haters, anti-dog people. The news, these laws that they put out, it's for you, but you still don't get it. The stories after stories, the stats, you still don't get it. You're not listening. You don't get it. You're just too dumb. You're too dumb. Yes, time for They're Making These. And yes, the product for today is a pet spa for dogs. So imagine this, a pool filled with water, and your nasty dog with its parasites, diseases, its germs goes into this water, and all of a sudden that water now becomes contaminated. Then that dog gets out, and what does that dog do? It shakes and gets all its contamination, its pollution all over you, all over your fence. And specks of that nasty contaminated water on that dog after it shakes may go onto your neighbor's yard, a speck of that. And that speck spreads and it ruins their grass and it makes people sick, and you may even go into this water. That's disgusting. Dogs are disgusting. This is very disgusting. And we all know when germs and water, like water, it helps, produce more germs and more contamination. It's not just water, but liquid per se. It helps produce more contamination, more toxics, and all that other nasty stuff. So now you have this, and your nasty dog that's already naturally disgusting goes into it. And now it's shaking, and now it smells, and this is so stupid. So dumb. Dogs are disgusting. All right, man mauled in robbery by his... Sorry, not robbery, robbery. Man mauled in robbery by his siblings' dogs as he tried to feed their pets, inquest heard. Imagine that. You're trying to help these dogs eat and feed and whatnot, and they end up attacking you. Oh, boy. And it's an XL bully dog. But anyways, inquest has heard how a man was mauled by his siblings' dogs in Rubery, two of which were XL bullies, as he tried to feed their pets. Nicholas Glass, 32, was found dead outside his siblings' home in Hereford Close in Rednell during the earlier hours of Wednesday, 21st of August of last year. But I'm only here seeing this now. Interesting. He was attacked by his brother's dogs while looking after them before he escaped through a back window, injured, to seek refuge. So now you want to run like a little bitch. This guy chose to go and feed these things. Was probably a dog nutter, probably a pit nutter, a bully tard. And then these dogs turn on him. Now he wants to run like a little bitch. I said it. All these pit nutters and dog tards, they don't deserve any sympathy. You choose to put yourself in this position. You didn't have to. You choose to go into a house, into a setting, into a place that has dogs. You could have said no. You could have said, hey, get rid of them. No, you want to feed them. Therefore, you wanted these dogs to live and be healthy. Now, you fed them. These dogs are healthy. Now they attack you, and you want to run like a little bitch. I said it. I'm so fed up with these dog tards, yo. The police were called to the scene shortly after midnight after neighbors reported they could not get out of their gate as dogs were running loose on the street. Dogs terrorizing neighborhoods. After searching the property, officers went into the house and saw blood on the floor wall of the bedroom. They believed up to 4 dogs were present around the time. This guy went into a house with 4 dogs. 4 dogs. And he ran like a bitch. I said it. Two of the dogs were seized by police at the time, and remaining pair were found by officers 2 miles away. 2 miles away. 2 miles away. You try walking 2 miles. To walk 2 miles can take maybe hours. Depending on who you are, it could take an hour. They were XL bullies, banned breed. Neither had a certificate of exemption, whatever that is. Well, the inquest heard the other two dogs were an American bulldog and mix, whatever. Nevertheless, they're worthless bully mutts. Worthless bully mutts. It's funny how they just want to run. Like, why are you running? You wanted these dogs to be healthy, and you want to run from them? Why? I thought you were a tough dog person, dog lover. You couldn't calm them down? You couldn't use any of Cesar Millan's techniques to calm them down? Couldn't put them on a leash? Couldn't put them in a crate? Then you want to run? But others are just the worst. From the Express Co. Wait, what the? Yeah, from the Express in UK. XL bully type dog shot dead by armed police after attacking man and woman. A dog to be of an XL bully type has been shot dead by police after allegedly attacked a man and woman in Newtownwards, County Down. The incident occurred on Thursday evening, prompting an emergency response from the police service of Northern Ireland. A man and a woman received first aid at the scene before being taken to the hospital. Due to the risk posed to the public, specially trained officers destroyed the worthless mutts. Footage shows armed officers approaching the property's passageway using spray and discharging a shot as the dog stood on its hind legs. The area was cordoned off with a significant police presence. Again, the XL bully was banned in parts of the UK, and this ban was extended to Northern Ireland at the beginning of this year. See, these bans do not stop dogs from behaving like dogs. I'm not sure if these were their dogs. They probably knew the dogs. Yeah. On the witness, in Ashburton, man mauled by a pit bull while out on a stroll. Some Ashburton residents in, I'll call it Petersburg, were terrified following a pit bull attack on a resident while he was out on a walk recently amid renewed national conversations around the breed's aggressive nature. Councillor of the area, Edith Elliott, said the issue is concerning as the area is no stranger. They are no stranger to pit bull attacks, and residents cannot be living in fear because dog owners are not being responsible. So what they do is they deter their way from the dogs, and they take blame and fault and focus towards these owners. And that is unhealthy and it's unproductive. And it is only allowing these types of events to happen again and again and again. And it's them ignoring dogs. They ignore the dog. And they are putting, again, their trust and the reliability on the dog owners who tend to fail every day. They fail every day with these dogs. One of my favorite quotes is, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So this dog propaganda, pit bull propaganda, it's insanity, because they do the same things over and over, but then they keep these dogs in our communities. Even if there's a so-called ban, or the dog attacked, or one free bite or 2 free bites, whatever, these dogs are still out to remain in their communities. And it's insane. It's insane to do so. And with that comes, them blaming owners and, telling owners to be responsible, control your dog, and having more laws. It's insane. Because this hasn't worked one bit. Has not worked. Hasn't worked. From the Blue Win, dog attacks. Again, this dog is so creepy looking. Oh my god. Dog attacks boy 5 and teenager 14 in Starkirch, Wilso. 2 aggressive, misbehaving, worthless mutts were euthanized after the attack on Tuesday, as reported by Solothurn Cantonal Police on Thursday. The attack by the dogs on a playground near a school building was reported shortly after 5:30 p.m. So these things see children, they just go and attack them. So these things see someone, period. They just want to go and attack them. They're not going to play. They're not going to be petted. They're not going to for food. They're, well, in context, but they're going to attack. When the police arrived, the 5-year-old boy and 14-year-old teenager were found alongside several passers-by and informants, according to the communique. The victims had bite wounds and received first aid at the scene and were taken to hospital by emergency services. And there's been many cases of people being bitten and mauled or whatnot. They live, they go to the hospital, but they die weeks later. So just because you survive a dog attack doesn't mean you're not infected. Doesn't mean you're not going to die. It was just recently, the older man died 5 weeks after he was attacked. So it's not just the attack per se, it's the nasty germs and bacteria these dogs carry that gets into your system. And these are the dogs that dog nuts want you to sleep with them in bed. They want these dogs on your kitchen, on your sofa, in your homes. It's alarming. The owner was also at the scene. He was able to catch his 2 worthless mutts, which had run away from the owner's property. Surprise. And, yeah. They were aggressive dogs with behavioral problems. So this dog owner couldn't train his worthless mutts. So, so pathetic. Oh, man. All right. It is time for Dog Lover of the Day. But today, it was hard to choose. We chose 2 dog lovers that will get to share the Dog Lover of the Day trophy. And the first one goes to...
We are following 2 animal abuse cases in the North Towns.
The first is so severe, we have to warn you. The pictures and the details are extremely disturbing. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Allie Toohey joining us live in the newsroom tonight with what she has learned. Allie?
Well, Jeff and Hannah, the Niagara Falls animal control officer telling me this is among one of the worst cases he's ever seen. Take a look. This is Roscoe. They believe he's about 5 or 6 years old, and he's a Siberian Husky. His injuries so graphic, we're choosing to blur them. According to Niagara Falls Police, they received a call from a motorist last month who said the dog had been hit by a car. The driver then volunteered to bring the dog to the SPCA of Niagara County. Investigators say it didn't take long for the SPCA to realize the dog hadn't been hit by a car.
The dog was extremely emaciated, and the dog had maggots coming out of every orifice of its body. And I give the Niagara County SPCA a lot of credit. They did
man, I feel bad for those maggots having to eat a worthless mutt. Oh man. And imagine those maggots become flies or whatever bug they become. Then they become mutated.
Anything they could possibly do to try to save this dog. The dog did
Poor
survive
maggots.
for 3 more days, but then they come in one morning and found it had passed overnight.
Police say the driver later admitted the dog's owner, 57-year-old John Pachuski, paid him $20 to lie about what happened to the dog. According to investigators, Pachuski said the dog...
That's dog lovers for you. Abusive, and they lie. So imagine these maggots, this is the movie The Fly from 1986. Imagine these maggots eating a worthless, mutated dog, and then they becoming looking like this. I feel bad for those maggots, yo. I feel so bad. And the second dog lover of the day goes to...
his whereabouts to contact them immediately. Tonight, Anaheim police are searching for a man who was caught on video kicking a dog he was carrying. We are freezing this video because it is very disturbing. Investigators say this happened on Sunday at 8 a.m. on North Brookhurst Street near the 5 freeway.
But guess what, everybody? Guess what, everybody? The kick was good. The kick was good. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. The kick was good, everybody. The kick was good. So those two, they get the Dog Lover of the Day trophy. Congrats to you, dog lovers. Congrats to you, dog lovers. Woman seriously injured in dog attack outside Portland FedEx. Woman was hospitalized after serious injuries after police said she was attacked by a dog outside of Portland FedEx last week, March 27. Officers responded to the area. They arrived on the scene and found the woman with severe leg injuries. She told police she had been attacked by a dog as she was walking to work. Again, another situation. All you're doing is walking, minding your own business, and you're attacked. You're on a playground, minding your own business, you're attacked. You're jogging, minding your own business, and you're attacked. You feed these dogs, trying to keep them healthy, and guess what? You get attacked. And these dog nuts want to always blame the owner. They never want to look at what the dog is. What the dog is a dangerous brain damaged mutant, and they are unfit to be living in our communities. Because this person, all they were doing, based on this, was just walking to work. She's going to make some money, going to go work, probably had other plans after work. And she was mauled while just walking to work. I don't care if your dog is trained or not trained. This doesn't justify any attack. We don't see these attacks of someone saying, I was walking to work and I was mauled by a bear. I was mauled by a rabbit. I was mauled by a fox. We don't hear those. It's only with dogs every single day. Only with dogs. But dog nuts in this media, they fail to see how bad dogs are. Aggressive moose. You know, we gotta. Oh man, this is good. Aggressive moose attacks couple and kills their dog. I bet this moose did not attack the couple. This moose went for that worthless mutt because you know why? Because when Chihuahuas see anyone, they're going to be barking at them. They're going to be running at anything. They're brain damaged mutants. If they were supposed to be a mascot, if dogs are supposed to have a mascot of a brain damaged mutant, it probably would be the Chihuahua. I'm not saying, again, any other dog is, less of a brain damage, but Chihuahuas, as we know, are just the most annoying, vile, always barking at people, always having a problem with people. Like, what's your problem? Why are you barking at me or whatever? And I bet this dog approached approached the moose and started barking, annoying it. And guess what? That dog got a piece. That's my guess. Along a varsity trail. So they were in this moose's territory. So you dog nuts went into the moose's territory. Their worthless mutt died. We came to the main intersection where all the paths meet and came face to face with the moose. My husband said, "Moose," before I could even see the moose. It was charging us. It was charging your worthless mutt. Because only the mutt died. And I bet you dog nuts tried to save your worthless mutt. Instead of running for safety, you tried to save your worthless mutt. And we've seen many stories of dogs going over cliffs, over rivers or whatnot. And you dog nuts willing to sacrifice yourself to save your dog. And you end up dying too in the process. And since the two attacks, residents have put up homemade signage. Never see any homemade signage of aggressive dogs, but they do it for aggressive moose. And the conservation officers have not put up any official warning signs so far. You're in the moose's territory. You should know mooses are very territorial. And they're going to do whatever it takes to protect themselves. These are natural animals. They want to protect themselves. They want to be left alone. Unlike your dogs, who can't be left alone and can't be left with people, you wouldn't understand what it's like to be a natural animal. We wouldn't understand, what it's like to protect yourself and to feed yourself and to survive on your own. You wouldn't understand that because you're dog nutters. You have minds. Your minds are just like dogs. You inhabit your dog-like characteristics. The filthiness, the incompetence, the rudeness, the toxic behavior, disrespect, the inconsideration. I guarantee they are lying. Guarantee they're lying. I bet this dog approached this moose, wanted beef, and got it. And then these owners, like always, want to go and intervene. They want to go and intervene. But hey, guess what? Dead dog down. Anyways, quite a bit that I showed today. I'm going to end it there. Thank you for joining me, and so long.
It's Okay to Hate Dogs Productions. See you later. Doggy Hater.